Welcome to Ask A Bisexual. I'm Sheena. I'm joined today by the fantastic Tara Scott, reviewer extraordinaire at the Lesbian Review and podcaster at the Lesbian Talk Show. She does a show about lesbian books because that is the only thing in Tara's world is lesbian books. There's nothing else, hey Tara, except being bisexual. And Rae D Magdon, who writes about extraordinary characters, lesbians, bisexuals, transgender women, and a whole range of interesting queer characters. Thank you both for joining me today.
Hello.
Hey!
Today we are talking about cheating.
Oh dear.
And promiscuity.
Oh dear.
Which, you know, because you are randy beasts. And naturally being bisexual means that you are all sex addicts. So let's explore that. Let's go straight to the questions. Kat says, there's a myth that bisexual women cheat more often and are more promiscuous. I think that it stems from their dating pool being larger. So because you're attracted to, in theory, more people, you must be more sexually promiscuous. I'm sure there's logic in there somewhere.
But somehow that assumes that straight people never cheat and lesbians never cheat, which is not true.
It also assumes that bisexual women are attracted to everyone, which is not true.
No.
I mean, in my own personal experience, I'm only attracted to my husband because of our, childhood romance. That was really sweet. I'm not attracted to other men. I'm only attracted to certain types of women, and it's pretty rare for me. I need an emotional connection with someone before I develop a physical attraction. Usually, like, I can look at a pretty woman and be like, oh, wow, she's hot, or wow, she's really handsome, if she's more on the trans masc butch side. I don't want to bone everyone I see out in the world. I don't think any human does, and that isn't any different for bisexual women. So I'm pretty discerning in who I'm attracted to, and I find it laughable that people think that it's somehow different for bisexual women as opposed to, lesbian women aren't attracted to every woman they see. Straight women aren't attracted to every man they see, for sure, because some men are pretty grody and they don't know how to do personal hygiene. So, only some, not all. But, no one is attracted to everyone, and that's true of bisexual women as much as anyone else. I mean, we're allowed to be picky, right?
And I'm kind of more of the, I can appreciate from afar, but, I don't want to touch most people. Even if I do find them attractive, I don't want to touch them. I don't know you.
If I was single and a super, super hot girl came up to me, at a convention or something, instead of, a bar, because I wouldn't be at a bar, and said, hey, do you want to go to my room and have sex? I'd be like, what? I don't know you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God.
I'm scared. You're pretty. Maybe I'll, I'll get your Snapchat or whatever, but, no, I'm nervous. I don't want to so, you know what I mean.
So no sexual exploits at conventions. So now you know, ladies.
Not yet. No judgment for people who do one-night stands. That's fine. It's just not for me.
Okay, so Suzie Carr, a podcaster with the Lesbian Talk Show channel, she does the Curves Welcome podcast, says the following. I personally am bisexual, and I get so angry when someone decides that I would cheat on my spouse because I find both men and women attractive. This is such an insult, as if sexuality has anything to do with morals, common decency, and integrity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never cheated on a partner. There have been periods of my relationship with Tori where it was open, but that was always mutually agreed upon, discussed really thoroughly in advance, and it was the openness was never harmful in any way. It was just, I think it took a little bit of pressure off, though. I will admit, knowing that, Tori and I could be in an open relationship and be polyamorous at certain points, it made me, when he came out as trans, one of the thoughts that did cross through my head was, oh my God, I'll never be with a woman again. And it was upsetting and scary to me to have that thought, and the fact that we were also exploring openness at the same time helped, soothe that fear. And I'm not currently in a relationship with anyone else, but if I was to open the relationship again with Tori, I think I would be looking for a serious relationship even. I wouldn't be looking to just cat around. I'd be looking for someone more permanent that I had romantic feelings for. And I think it's disingenuous to go around spreading the myth that all bisexual women just want to fuck, because that's certainly not my experience. Or that even all of us are in open relationships, because, I mean, I'm not currently. Maybe I will be again someday, maybe I won't. But lots of my friends are just straight up monogamous. They don't want an open relationship, and that's fine. Bisexual women are just as capable of being monogamous as any other person with any other identity.
Yeah, I mean, that was... My husband and I have talked about things a lot, too, where neither of us are okay with cheating. That is not going to fly for either of us. But we have had the conversation about, you know, should we ever open things up? And we're not at that place in our lives now. And maybe we never actually will be. But we are in agreement that we are very happy together. We work very well as a unit. And if we were to meet the right person to explore something, that would be an option. We're not looking, but because cheating is not an option, we would much rather actually, you know, talk about it and have conversations and communicate so that we can still have our marriage while possibly entering into something with somebody else.
And that's the other interesting thing, is people assume that in a situation like mine, a bisexual woman with a man, that I would be looking for a threesome. And I don't think that's necessarily what I have had in the past and what I would want in the future potentially. I would want a girlfriend for myself, a romantic relationship for myself. I don't think Tori would necessarily be included in that. And I think in the future, if we were to open the relationship, Tori would probably... I think he's more interested in sex with men because he's also bisexual. So he'd probably have maybe a friends with benefits or maybe a casual boyfriend, but like I wouldn't be involved in that. So I think people assume that it would be like this torrid threesome sort of situation where two women are fucking for some dude's benefit, but like that's not what I would like personally if I was to open my relationship again.
Well, and I love that when I was figuring out my sexuality, Neil never, and he is, I mean, Neil is a straight cisgender man. Like, that's just, you know, that's who he is. And he never once was like, oh, sweet, does this mean we can have a threesome now? Like, it never...
Yeah, Tori was never like that either.
Yeah. It was so, it's like, it was very much about like me and where I was at and how he could support me. It wasn't about like, ooh, I've had these latent fantasies. Can we do something with them?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with threesomes if everyone is having fun, but like, it's the expectation that's offensive. The expectation that
exactly
that your bisexuality is performative for a man is offensive to me. And the fact that, you know, that isn't part of my relationship or what either of us are interested in just kind of drives home the fact for me that there are lots of ways to be bisexual, lots of ways to be open, lots of ways to be monogamous, and you can't just classify it as this one thing that is kind of a porn genre more than an actual personal experience.
I agree. High five.
So there goes all my hopes for a throuple. Okay, so you've been listening to Ask a Bisexual. I'm Sheena. I've been joined today by Rae D Magdon and Tara Scott, two extraordinary women who are on here today, busting the myths of the bisexual woman.
Woo!
That's all for this week. Bye.
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 Sheena, were you asking us to be in a throuple with you? Because I'm too busy to have another relationship.
I'm actually, like, if I had to actually think about that, I think my brain might just explode. So let's not even go there.